Welcome, Earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn. Welcome to the Witches in 13. I'm Peggy. This is your weekly read for May 31st. I'm going to start with everyone's general energy for the whole week and then go into each individual sign for a more personal read. So feel free to listen to the whole video as all the messages may resonate, or you can check the description box below for the timestamp for your sign. All right, one more thing. Please like my videos. It helps my channel grow. All right, let's start. All right, your first card is Portion Control. This card is giving you permission to join up with your besties, your circle of friends, have a good time, celebrate, and indulge. Or this card is asking you to be mindful of balance in your life, and if this is all you're doing, then you might need to pull it in. Evaluate, work hard, play hard. Where are you on this scale? What's your direction in your life? What are you doing, right? Maybe bring in yourself and ground and get a little more real with yourself. Celebrating and indulging is definitely a treat and a reward, and maybe it needs to be respected as such. Okay, so what else about this card? This card is also talking about relationships. Are you in balance with the giving and receiving? So regardless of where you are in your relationships, whether they're professional, romantic, or family, being mindful of that balance of give and take, that equality. All right, your next card is Don't Put the Boots on Them. So this is talking about living with non-attachment. Yes, you might be excited about a person, about a job, about an opportunity, about something, whatever this resonates in your story. Spirit's asking you to be mindful of non-attachment to the outcome. Attachments are expectations, preconceived ideas, attachments, however we sew attachments to things. We do this by nature because it connects us to it. But quite often things are a path to the path. And if we keep creating all these deeply sewn attachments to everything along the way, then we are constantly disappointed, we're constantly let down, we're constantly upset. But guess what? We are doing this to ourselves, right? So by allowing things to play out naturally, what a blessing, right? You didn't have to have all these attachments weighing this to us, right? Or it's not the right situation, and guess what? You don't have all these attachments. You can move freely, right? So being mindful of that in how we navigate and operate in our life. All right. Your next message is, what are your goals? All right. All right. Taking some time to evaluate what your goals are. All right, and then feeding the heart brain those goals constantly, because that's what navigates the brain to find the route, the path, the solution, the opportunity, right? If we're constantly, oh, this wasn't the one, and let down and let that all destruct, then guess what? It's just in our ether. It's in our mess. We're not attracting our goals. But if we're keeping our goals to our heart, then we are constantly in action, and we'll constantly be given the guidance, the path, the solution to those goals, right? And then sometimes as we live, our goals need to be tweaked, altered, whatever it is, because like, oh, I didn't realize that wasn't in a line. We can look at that, but be flexible, right? But keep that heart brain full of your goals, otherwise your body and your life won't have direction, right? So the heart attracts these things, that law of attraction. It's the heart brain, okay? And the brain, logical brain, finds the solution and the path, and therefore informs the body in order to do what it takes, okay? So what are your goals? All right, and you did get a fourth card this week, and it is you got this. Right, so this is lovely confirmation of course, you got this, but putting the doubt down, the fear down, right? Whatever is blocking your goals, right? Sometimes it's how we live and operate that's in our way, and that is asking you to be mindful of that this week. All right, Taurus. Taurus, your focus for the week is guidance, support, love, signs, direction. Okay, in the center is the tree here. So as above, so below. So deeply root, and then deeply with the blessings, right? The growth, the green, right? So there's a lovely little light in the middle of the tree, right? And that's kind of referring to your heart brain. What are you attracting? What are you feeding the brain? What are you feeding, right? So is that fearful or is it love? Okay, are you fearful of things you can't have, or are you being loving and attracting the things that you love and want, right? So just being mindful of that inner program. What is that? Support, right? Be your best friend. You be your best friend, right? And be mindful of your support system, whether family or friends. Are they supportive or not? Right? That's going to be up to you to decide. It's going to be up to you. All right. Your love message for the week is love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive, right? So when you deeply root in the richness of yourself and then you have all these blessings, yes, you're going to be attractive, okay? So it's not talking about your monetary attachments or gains. This is talking about you, what you offer the world, right? So be considerate and compassionate to yourself. Respect yourself, right? So what's happening in your world that may be viewed as self-disrespect by spirit or yourself, right? So have that conversation with yourself. What's going on in your world? How can you respect yourself more? And what is that going to look like? What changes is that going to make? And are you okay with that, right? Because every time we upgrade, it seems that we disappoint someone or we lose someone. And that's important because people are going to fall off your boat. And you have to be convicted in yourself and be okay with that because you're navigating from your soul, your heart, your purpose. And if some people just don't jive with that, you have to respect them and allow these shifts to happen because you won't grow otherwise. And you might be okay with that too. All right. Your angel message is vacuum away your fear. So call upon archangels Michael and Raphael to lift fear-based energy from you, your surroundings, the situation, and everyone involved. Yes, you are that capable. Yes, you are that powerhouse. Yes, move that energy. Okay? Love that. Love that for you guys. All right, Taurus, I hope that resonated. Virgo. Your focus for the week is your gut instinct. Okay, so this is talking about your solar plexus, your powerhouse, your will, your drive. This reads intuition, knowing, sensing, trust. Okay, so that is your focus for the week. Your love message, I think you've gotten this before, keep an open mind. Okay, your soulmate may differ from your usual type or expectations. Okay, so I am hearing, but it's not what I wanted. Sometimes spirit knows what you need, not necessarily what we want, right? Sometimes what we want we can't ever attain. So therefore we have this wall that will never be conquered and we get comfortable with that. We feel safe with that. So maybe being aware of these expectations you have that are an impossible bar for everyone. So maybe you are in your own way here. I'm not saying lower your bar or have lower standards, absolutely not. But I am talking about having a mindset or something that is just unachievable, right? So maybe be more realistic with your divine mate and partner. Yeah, that could go for whether you're single or in a relationship. So I'm just going to leave that there. Take that how that resonates. All right, your angel message is manifestation power. This reads, use your spiritual gifts and natural abilities to attract your desired outcome. All right, so what are your goals, right? Are they in balance, right? Give, take, achievable, right? Non-attachment, your goals, navigating from your heart brain. You will attract everything, but be open-minded because it might not look exactly how you thought and think, right? That is quite often the complication we get. Well, it's not what I thought. But is it what you wanted? Most likely. All right, so just keeping an open mind. All right, Virgo, I hope that resonated. All right, Capricorn. Your focus for the week is self-esteem, confidence, self-love, self-worth, and pride. All right. Whatever has rocked your self-esteem, you need to evaluate. I bet you it has a lot to do with these attachments, expectations we have on other people that have rocked our self-esteem. Well, if I was worth it, I would have that. If I was worth it, they would still be with me. This is negative thinking. This is a program. You're used to talking to yourself like this. You need to do some reflective work, definitely, on how you set yourself up for these monstrous falls. Okay. Self-esteem is your self-worth, your will, your drive, your beliefs, right? So if you believe this negative thinking, these negative patterns, or why these things keep happening, instead of evaluating why they keep happening, you keep feeding this voice of you're not worthy, and that's not fair, right? So be more realistic. These things keep happening because you have unrealistic expectations, attachments. These all just cling too hard, right? And either people get scared and run away, or they just fall short because they aren't achievable or unfair. It's not really fair to have expectations on someone else, right? Allow them to show up and offer, right? And let things unfold and grow naturally. Sometimes we want things too fast, too hard. And when they don't, it takes such a beating on our self-esteem and our self-worth. But be mindful of how we are doing that to ourselves, okay? You need to look after yourself. You need to have belief systems and thoughts that support your life, your goals, yourself, right? So maybe get down to those rooted programs that are really fucking up your shit. All right. Your love message for the week is religious factors. This reads, your love life is influenced by religious upbringing and spiritual path. So I'm hearing with this card more about these beliefs you have. They are affecting your love life. They're affecting your life in multiple ways, right? So whether it's religious beliefs, very well might be, or it could be imprinted information from abusive family members, abusive past relationships, abusive self-talk, right? All these things are feeding a belief, right? So be mindful this week. Maybe do some deep journaling and some deep questioning of, do I believe this? Why do I believe this? Where did this come from? Right? And then do that unraveling and free yourself of this garbage looping that has really affected your self-esteem and your self-worth and your progress in your life. Because if we're navigating from this wounded, beaten, and negative, dark place, we're just going to attract lessons to learn and get out of that, right? So if you keep wondering why this keeps happening to me, it's because you're not getting this message right here, right? Your core beliefs. What is your heart brain vibrating, right? What are your goals, right? And if you're vibrating expectations and attachments and things you can cling to, you need to really evaluate your give and take in relationships. What's the balance? What's your balance within yourself? Why are you torn, right? So finding that balance within yourself, navigating with your heart brain, you will get out of this, right? But it takes work. It takes work. All right, your angel message is heal away addictions. So this reads, it's time to let go of behaviors that are blocking you from your heart's desire. Ask Archangel Raphael to help you with this healing. Okay, so quite often we can get addicted to self-sabotage. We can get addicted to these negative thinking. We can get addicted to being the wounded healer. We can be addicted to being wounded. So we really have to navigate ourselves from who am I? Who do I want to be? How did I get here and how do I get there? Okay, so that's self-parenting. Okay, so this could be led into harsher addictions where it's drugs or alcohol, sex, whatever is constantly feeding this demon. You need to be aware of what is going on and what are the root. Okay, until we get to the root, nothing will change for you. I'm sorry. The root is your belief, and the root is what roots in the brain, roots in the body, roots into everything that is our life. So we can uproot that root and change. It is slow, but you will hit markers of leaps and bounds. But that's because you did the work. Okay, so please be brave. Start with your goals. Be mindful of yourself with these messages. What are your goals? Living in balance and living with non-attachment. I know this sounds hard. It is hard, right? Because if your attachment is caring, how do you not care? Right? But it's a real question. It's a real issue because you can be loving, but you can also be caring to the point where you're harming yourself and your path. All right, so please know from all your guides and your higher self and spirit, you got this. All right, guys, I love you very much. All the blessings this week.